Hello, hello. Time to play some Quake Champions again. Maybe I will warm up with one deathmatch and then continue with some one-on-one. Time to finish my Doomslayer runes. I still don't know how to get this Berserker. I can actually check it. Yeah, it's kill 3 enemies. Using one Berserker. Okay. Hello, Henu. We want to play some one-on-one. Hello, Tribe Wars. This game is so dead. Nah, it wouldn't be. Should be good games. Oh, I was just about to abort. But here we go. Shotgun and the ability. Those I should use. No, it's really not. As you can see, I searched for the deathmatch and skill levels, or at least well, what are they? I don't know your Quake champion level. It varied from 6 to 48 there. So it's just the fact that there are not very many players. Shotgun is nice when you're next to a jump pad and people are jumping up. Oh, that anarchy was fast. Oh, don't come there. When I'm camping for the teleport. Alright, Mega is 9 late. Maybe I will try to get that one. Oh, I'm a bit late for the Mega, I don't want to go in it anymore. Maybe Mr. Anarchy has it here. Or this Mr. Anarchy. One of them. Rune, or lore, whatever. Don't steal my frag. Of course you did. There it was. Too late for the quad. Where did it go? Got it. Oh, crap. That was close. Now it's so far away. And he bored. Where are you? So hard to see anything behind rocket explosions if they just happen on your face. I knew that Anarchy would come after me, but there's no way to get away from him. Right, that was a good quad. That's brutal. Anarchy and Gauntlet. Die, please. At least I got the visor who is battling for the victory here with me. Suicide! How did I kill myself there? Interesting. Come on, die. Have to start playing with rocket now. We'll lose the game otherwise. Or with Gauntlet. But then I would have to change to Anarchy. Not quite. Okay, I guess I will need this last squad. Can't hit anything. Please die. Nice spawn. That Anarchy, just jumping on the eyeball. And again I spawned on the quad. That's amazing. Okay, now it starts. Anarchy... What it is, Gauntlet. Okay. I'll just... This guy's warping like... There's no tomorrow. Come on, I need a rocket. Alright. Now 4 frags in 15 seconds. Will be a bit difficult. Especially when someone steals my frag. Well, good game. Spawns I get are affected by my FPS. Okay. How exactly? I dealt the most damage, but wasn't even close to winning. That's how it goes in free for all. That does sound seriously strange. If they do, or if your FPS really affects your spawns. Doesn't make any sense. All right. I guess we are relaxed. Now that we know that you were just joking. Yeah, exactly. It is very telling. With Quake champions, you never know. Oh. I should start playing some single player games to avoid the waits. I can show you my settings. This is what I play with. Everything on low except for lightning quality medium. But I'm playing with max FPS 125, which is not optimal for the rate of fire, but LG is anyway quite useless at the moment, so I think it doesn't matter. Well, according to the tests on the Bethesda Quake Champions forums, someone had made it actually doesn't cap at 120. I think even from 144 to 200 FPS there was a difference. And no, I don't actually mean Quake. I'm not going to play Quake single player. I don't know, I could play, for example, Path of Exile or Divinity, the original Sin 2, because I didn't get to play it yet. Dream Daddy. What is that? Sounds awful. No offense. The dating simulator. Okay, sounds amazing. Okay, well this should be fun. Now the stream can vote.
Prepare for draft.
But I won't be fast enough. Set up the stream poll.
Your pick. Your pick.
You can try to vote which one to take. Which champion. Yeah, BJ. Okay. BJ it is. Well, he's picking BJ also. Visor would have been actually good. I like playing Visor on Sarnath. It's really handy. So which one do you have, Tribe Wars? Ah, yeah, Divinity 2. I thought that you have Dream Daddy.
This one's gonna be epic!
So, how does this work with shotgun, for example? Not very well. This is just utterly useless.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Fight.
Okay. Yeah, this guy's level 7. And I have no idea what he's doing. He didn't get either of the big items. $13.
Prepare to fight.
Yeah, well, sometimes it can happen that you get both of the big items if your opponent takes a risk in the beginning. But usually not.
To fight.
Yeah, Topo, I hate this CPMA movement. Just
2, 1.
I should take my time to learn it. It's just really, really hard after playing Quake World for so long. It's similar, but still different enough. Almost died there. And the annoying thing is that you can be quite fast with Anarchy, although you are not being very optimal. Yeah, it is worth it, I know, but it's just so goddamn difficult to get rid of something you have been using for 20 years. Yeah, I know that but the circle jump is what is, I guess, straight from CPMA. But yeah, it is a dumbed down version. You can't go as fast, but the difference in the first jump is the big difference between Quake World and, let's say, Anarchy then. And that makes it difficult for me. I should learn it. Thanks for the follow, Gaia. Have you been playing lately? Well, you did play the qualifier last Saturday, right? Whom did you lose against? Was it Evil or someone else? And hello, Devogan.
Vote now. Prepare for draft.
Alright, well, this guy should be good.
Your pick.
Let's see how this goes. I guess I will go with Nyx.
Your pick.
Yeah, Hal, that is my sense in Quake World. In Quake Champions, I have lower sense. I don't know if it's a good thing, but that's what I've been using. And it's working quite okay. Sacrifice is quite relatively active. Quite relatively.
2, 1. Round 1. Fight.
Ah, that is so... so annoying. Should have just run away. And would have been the only right thing to do. Just use Berserk of my own. After hitting 2 rails, I knew that even if he will challenge, I should be able to at least trade the kill. Which happened.
3, 2, 1. Round 2. Fight.
And that is quite good damage to Anarchy. Shouldn't be all that strong anymore. Even after getting both of the items. Oh. Oh, I didn't realize that he spawned there. That's bad. That's frustrating. Should have concentrated more. That was quite a risky play from him. I hit the direct, another one would have killed him.
Begins again.
Ah, thanks for the follow.
2, 1. Round 3. Fight.
Ah. He likes to take his chances with Nyx. Like there, after getting hit for 60 HP, I think. Other people probably would have preferred using the Ghost Walk.
Prepare to fight. Round begins in 3, 1.
Always with the wine. Need the rockets. It's funny that he whines that I play with the broken characters when he's the one playing with Nyx, Anarchy and Doom. Yeah, the police is always after me. Yeah, you are right. Doom Guy is really powerful at the moment because Doom Guy already was really powerful in my opinion before they changed LG. So now, after LG became not useless but anyway a lot weaker, Doom Guy I think might be. Well, I don't know, the other pro players don't agree with me. They think that Anarchy is OP. But I think Doom is up there with Anarchy and maybe even better. It's difficult if you are behind in champions and you are playing Doom. For that situation, he's not very good because although he's agile, thanks to the double jump, he's not a very fast character. If you have to chase someone, it's not all that easy, especially if you're facing, let's say, Nyx or Anarchy, even the Lizard, because Sorlag is so stacked usually. And in addition to that, she has the air control, so getting away with Sorlag is doable mostly. Okay, well, that went better than expected. Although I hate the wine. Just I think actually I remember playing against him on a free-for-all server, and I was using Nyx there, which is not a super good character for one-on-one, I think. No, for deathmatch. And he was whining about it as well.
Vote now.
Arseny. I think I have played this guy before. Oh dear. My luck finally ran out and I have to play DM6.
Your pick.
That would be Nyx, and then Slash would be perfect, but my Slash is still horrible. But I will never learn if I don't try. No way, no clutch against someone who knows how to play, which this guy, I think, does. And yeah, I think it's really hypocritical to say that you're very positive and nice and then act that way. Especially because, he used all the same characters as I did, and he's just complaining that I'm using broken character. That just doesn't make any sense. Does not compute. Quake socks on. They're amazing. Warm and everything.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Fight.
Alright, again the LG spawn that is still useless. I mean, not the spawn, because you get the mega, but LG itself. Ah, almost. Whoa! What is that warping? Okay, maybe rocket then? I can't hit any rails anyway, and... Okay, that was a nice trade. And we're one step closer to Slash, which is scary. Ah! Should have used the Ghost Walk. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Yes! Yes, he did. Whoa! Must be my birthday!
Prepare to fight. Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Round 5.
Wonder if he went for the rail now. I'm lining up the rails for too long. Okay, he went for the rail now. How he's not dead? Really? Will he come? No, he was so weak that he actually had to split, even though I had only machine gun. Okay, he saw me then. Not good. Oh. I still need the rail. Okay, this is 23. That was nice timing. That was about 11 or 10. Oh, he went there already. He was fast. Ah, he fell down. I thought that he would go to the bridge. Oh, that sucks. Is it the blood that stops the sliding, or... Because I know that the blood pool in the middle stops sliding really annoyingly. But is it the blood on the ledge above the mid area as well? Okay, that's cool. That's really good. Seven late. Ah, he went there. I thought that he turned back, because it would have been too simple. Just go straight. Okay then. I guess I will leave the heavy to him and take this and... Nice rail. Ah, that is quite frustrating. Especially that he can't have much, really. He can't be super strong anymore. But, then again, he will get the mega. That rail! Had I hit the rail, he would have been dead, I think.
Prepare to fight.
My fighting skills with slash are just horrible because I have to concentrate on the movement too much. Just have to seal the deal with Doomslayer. Have to be careful with that nail gun. Really can't disrespect it much. The damage output is crazy when... Oh, he got the rocket. No, he went to the Mega. Thanks for the follow, Sir Smooth. His rails are really annoying. Have to respect them a bit more. I'm not hitting mine at all. Well, there goes that respect. What did I just say? What did I just say? So this is funny now. Oh, I didn't have the Ghost Walk ready yet. Oh, I didn't realize that. Nice. I totally lost to his rail. Yes, I did, and no, I don't. I mean, I don't do the maximum exit always. Just with Nyx and Doomslayer, it's sometimes really... I mean, if you happen to press your jump too early, then you're going to fail the jump pad altogether, and you're losing quite a lot of time. So sometimes I mistime it, but yes, I do know. But the thing is that you have to be close to the wall of the jump pad. If you just jump to the jump pad too far away from the wall, then you can't stop in the middle.
Prepare for draft.
But yeah, thanks for telling, but I do know. Sometimes I do fail it as well.
You're a pig.
Yeah, Berserk, I totally forget. Yeah. And yeah, I mostly forget about it, and then I don't know if it's partly because I totally forget, and partly because I just don't trust the ability. Although now it's so easy to hit that trusting it is a no-brainer. But I do forget about other abilities as well. I still play this too much like I play Quake World. Just a stack game. There is a damage reduction. I didn't even know. That raid luckily doesn't hurt all that much. One health. That was a sweet rock. I was so sure that he would go for the armor there. That's why I was caught off guard there when when he was actually coming towards me. Oh, more wine? Anyone speaks Russian here better than I do because he's coming here. He was going for the dire orb already. Staring at he really hits his rails. Always. Another gun use, please. Stupid cunt. This game is just unbelievable.
Prepare to fight. Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Round 3.
Now I read him like a book. He always goes for the rail, so it was so easy. Oh, 2 missed trails. Maybe he's so angry that he can't aim anymore. Okay. Come there. Yeah, I should have used Berserk once again. Let's see if he wants to play more. That's lovely. Yes, let's go, Corrupted Keep.
Prepare for draft. Your pick.
Yeah. The game is too easy for him with rails, so
Your pick.
that's what he meant, I'm sure.
Your pick.
I'm almost provoked by this Russian. Sometimes, if I wasn't streaming, I would probably reply to him in Finnish. That's what I do with the Swedish people who complain about something in Quake world in Swedish. Stupid noob. Yeah.
One. Round one. Fight.
Not bad. There you are. Yeah, I totally agree. I like the game, but the players are sometimes so toxic here that it's unbelievable. Oh, there you are. He felt brave. Oh, damn. I thought that his Berserk would run out faster than that. I actually took it from him. That's amazing. I wonder if he's raging now. Crap. That was bad.
Sit up, baby.
No, unfortunately I didn't qualify for DreamHack. I lost against Toxic 2 times. There we go. I'm just trolling him because of his constant whine. I have 33 ping. Santa Claus, I don't quite agree. I think very few people should get automatic tickets, or very few people should qualify automatically, because the more people there are who qualify without playing around, the less chances other upcoming talents have to actually make it to the tournament. Let's say that we have a tournament for that one-on-one tournament for 16 people, and they invite 8 people. That leaves only 8 spots for people who might want to make it there and who actually might be even better by the time the competition is actually arranged. But because those 8 people were already invited, I don't know, months before the tournament, There's nothing you can do about it. They are automatically there. And that is not very motivating for people who are trying to qualify. Yeah, but that's it. I mean, Dox wasn't one of those who was invited, but he had to qualify, and he actually did. He beat very many good players there in the qualifier, and deserves to be in the tournament for sure. But then there are other people who were invited, and I don't know. I think the skill gaps at the moment are so narrow that inviting half or even 100% of the participants like they did for the Italian tournament, it's not healthy for the scene, I think. My FOV is 115 for Quake Champions. For Quake World, it's 137. Let's buy some backpacks. Runes. Oh, that's a fancy suit for BJ. Very fashionable. Some Quake 3 rocket launcher icon. No bonus. Anarchy rune. Those I don't have very many. And the duplicate armor shader. Well, yeah, I guess. Well, if you are going to invite someone not based on how well he necessarily plays, but how much crowd he's going to attract, then I think players like that shouldn't take spots of anyone else. I think they should have some kind of extra spots then. Because if someone gets invitations to tournaments just because of his status, then he might not even have the motivation to play or practice at all. He might be the worst player in the tournament and still get invited because of his huge fan base. I'm not saying Cooler is like that or anyone else at the moment. I guess the players who get the invitations are really good players, but so are many others. So I think it would be better if pretty much everyone had to qualify. Get 30 captures. Maybe it was that one. I doubt I will. Not anytime soon, at least.
Where can a city girl get a little action around here?
Yeah, well, okay, you are saying that you should only serve the viewers and not think about the players at all. Well, think about it this way. What if they invited to QuakeCon only some previous winners of Big Brother and all the Quake Champions players wouldn't be there? How would it affect the motivation of the players to practice the game if they knew that they wouldn't make it to the tournaments anyway? Or even if like half of them were just some random celebrities. Team Village playing there.
Your pick.
Mm.
This one's gonna be epic!
Well, I would actually say that some viewers are stupid. I mean, go to HLTV forums and check the level of chat you have there. I'm not saying that the viewers of Quake Champions are like that, but in this world we have, what, 7 billion people? We have quite a few people who one might think are stupid. Oh, what? Okay, did you see what I did there? I injected right away. I can explain soon why I did it. Now I even don't have the injection ready. So in Quake World I have bound a so-called took message to Q, which I always press when I take some item and to report to my teammates that I took it. And well, guess what I have bound to Q in Quake Champions? The active ability. So that sometimes happens. I take an item, I use the ability. Can't misraise like that. I wonder if I should have gone for the Mega actually, just to challenge him there. Because now he got it. Right in the head, alright. Headshot. CS players should be proud of me now. I know I am. Make it, make it. Okay. Too risky to go there. All in. All in. That is what you get for all in. No, I didn't take the Mega. Crap. It was a good plan. It was a really good plan, but didn't work out the way I had planned it. Alright, up to Nyx now. It's there. Shit. Okay, it's actually quite weak. That was stupid. Shouldn't have worked, but... Well, he missed his shots luckily. No ghost wall. Sorry, sync error. I missed what you said there earlier. I will check later. So much chat going on. Can't read it all.
3, 2, 1.
I did realize. I just didn't have the time to react yet. That actually... Well, now I have to take it easy. Using the spike there was just useless. Almost as useless as at the very start of the game. Whoa, nice rail. Ah, that was quite important for him as well. Because had I been able to get away with that... with the heavy, he would have been in a very bad situation. Oh, I have to split with this. I wonder if he will come. Had to get away. No, I won't go there. Railable and all. At least I'm not trailing in champions, so... Not bad. Now I am. Oh, I definitely am. Need to start hitting those rails. Now he comes. Okay, well I deserve to lose this round if I ever have. Nice timing.
Prepare to fight. Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Round 3.
All right. So 11. Now I just need the rocket. Okay, he died as well. And I got the better spawn. And I will get the... No, I won't. Is there any... Nice read there, I have to say. Really nice. Okay. It's a game again. Will he come? Ah, 3 health. That was a good round. Oh.
Round begins in
Quite crucial 2 rails there. And an important rocket. I will take the railgun and the armor shards. I need these rockets here. I will need the rockets again. And the hourglasses. And from here as well. And maybe even the ones here. And the thing is that I don't really have to attack anywhere. Although, of course I can when I deal that much damage. Ah, he went to the rocket. I should have realized. That's some annoying movement right there. I would have used the Berserk had I been fast enough. Not quite enough. What was it? 80 plus. 80 plus 75. I will take the shotgun because that is actually I don't know. Almost like the second best weapon you can have now. Ah! Mistimed it a bit. Tried to pre-fire it just like in CS. There you go. Alright, now I will check your comment. Sync error. And everyone else as well. There's been a lot of chat. Ah, that you will do a Big Brother tournament. Yeah, that's amazing. Even I, with my very, very bad sense of humor, who needs smileys for absolutely everything, realizes that that was a joke. Or so I at least hope. Whoa! A host with 39 viewers. Thank you, that Ziggy girl. I have to check your channel. I don't know it yet. But soon I will. Thank you very much. And hello everyone. Playing some Quake Champions here. Don't expect any miracles. I'm a Quake World player, not a Quake Champions player. But I'm trying to learn. I'm quite old for that, but I'm doing my best. All right. Okay.
Vote now.
Vote now. Corrupted key. Ah, it's Gilson. Well, good stuff. He will play Anarchy,
You're pig.
I think. We'll see.
You're pig.
Well, Doomslayer or Nyx now. Yeah.
You're pig.
He definitely likes his Nyx. This should be fun. Alright, my mouse didn't work for a while. Got me worried. I think I will need my mouse against kills and... I need to learn how to use that dire orb.
Prepare to fight.
I almost got destroyed by it in the qualifier.
3, 2, 1. Round 1. Fight.
That was good nail gun. Oh, that was 30 seconds. Not bad. Sorry I didn't have
Fight.
time to read all the chat.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Fight.
Damn. Failed that one a bit. Whoa, that failed rocket. Ah, that could have been a frag. I knew where he was going to, but just missed the rocket. I hope I actually got to shoot that rocket. That's 60 damage. Yeah, he went to the armor. I'm happy to trade it. That I'm not happy to trade. No! That was so close to a telefrag. So close.
Prepare to fight.
Like milliseconds away.
3, 2, 1. Round 3. Fight.
Hmm. Okay. Sixty. Ah. And he killed himself.
Prepare to fight. Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Fight.
Ah, not quite. Oh dear. Oh, my all-in play really didn't work out. That was bad. That was so bad. That was so bad. Should have been my round.
Prepare to fight. Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Fight.
Ah, that was bad. Fuck! Oh, I was thinking about turning left there. I knew that he used the ghost well. I just didn't quite know where to go. Maybe could have rocket jumped somewhere. Ah, but that was my own mistake with Anarchy. Shouldn't have lost the game. Oh. Then with Nyx it was hard eating the spam rocket at the spawn, surviving with 20 HP. Really hard to come back from that. And my rocket aim was quite bad as well. Well, at least it wasn't any tournament game.
Vote now. Prepare for draft.
Yeah, this will be quite brutal. He knows how to use the spawns or force the spawns quite well as well. Standing there somewhere next to Mega and forcing the spawn next to Rail. I mean, I guess now it's kind of changed, so you can't strictly force it, but it's either Rail spawn or Rocket spawn. And with his really good Rail, he will mostly get a free Rail shot there. I just have to remember that if I spawn at Rail, then I should probably just go to the jump pad. Oh, thanks for the follow, Jesus Pietari. We have Paavi Benedictus and Jesus Pietari. This is interesting. I think this is one of Kills' best maps as well.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Fight.
That's a good start. Now he got everything and left me with nothing. I'm surprised that he didn't hit the rail there. Not sure if I go for this. Nice. Not bad. Be nice to get that rocket Not from there. Maybe now. No. Absolutely not. The mega health apparently is before the armor. Three health. I love these powerful rockets. Maybe I should.
Prepare to fight.
Well, a rocket start with. I will try with Doomslayer once more. If I get a rocket start, it's better. Yeah. It's better. That's what I said. Doesn't necessarily solve everything, but. Okay. Fucking hell. Oh. Now just find a fight. Could have done that better. Oh, I didn't get it. That's lovely. Alright, he's so brave.
Stopwatch.
Okay. How much did I deal with the other rocket? Because one was direct, and the other one just didn't deal anything. Or I don't know where that went. That was scary. Frustratingly bad. Can't see anything! Oh. I think that last SSG, unless he made it to the health, would have killed him. And even with the health, I think, had it hit really well. Sometimes those rocket fights are really frustrating here when you lose track of your opponent because you just can't see anything. I don't know if he knows who I am. No idea. No idea if he knows. There that fight when he was even forced to use his injection next to the jump pad that takes you from the rail teleport to the tribal. I have no idea how I lost that fight. I never should lose fights like that, no matter who is playing. He was using his injection already, meaning that he had 0.76, and I was still not in bad shape. Galena Nix. And it's not even about the skins so much. The patch that fixed or made the red borders surrounding the players bigger made it a lot better. But still, look at this when I shoot with the rocket. Just, I don't know, in some situations there's just nothing you can see behind it. When you have two players shooting rockets in close quarters, you just lose track of your opponent. And also what happened between me and Tox, for example, in my favor, these smaller characters, they don't block movement so well. Somehow you kind of glide past your opponent really easily, so the opponent might actually be behind you. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Come from here. Okay, from the other side then. How was that not a direct? I have absolutely no idea. How did I deal 84 damage instead of 100? Luckily I have the Twitch demo. I really want to see it in slow-mo. How was it 84 instead of 100? It looked like a direct to me. Whoa, shit! That was painful. Oh, no matter how much I try to avoid it, just keeps on hitting those. Okay, at least I got both of the armors now, and I have a railgun. That last rail made quite a big difference there. Whoa. Okay, that was a direct, but he had taken the... small armor there. So that's why he didn't die. Congratulations, you have been selected to win one reliquary. Great, thanks for the follows. Because I got the green jet backpack. Okay, why? Okay, well, I'm starting with Nyx, apparently. Okay, worked this time. My rail is so bad. Not enough patience. Okay. Anarchy is what I wanted to start with anyway. That's 08. I didn't realize that it was delayed so much. I really thought that it would come earlier. And these rails, have to find a way around them or start hitting my own rails.
Round begins in 3.
I just play too straightforward now. Oh, that was disturbing. The totem from previous round was still there. I mean, it wasn't working anymore, but it made the sound. Made me think about it for a while there. Now he was caught off guard there a bit. Or even quite a lot. And that's exactly what I mean. You just can lose track of your opponent so easily in that mess. I don't know if... Well, I kind of saw what was happening, but it was hard. For once I hit a rail that I needed to hit. And I knew that I should hit the rail.
Feels like a weird hangover coming on.
And he really doesn't miss his rails. He was a bit too hardy for the frag. Knowing that he would get the frag if he just hit the rail. Okay, then I'll give up that fight. Let's see how the slow play works against Mr. Kilson. Oh. Well, so far not so good. No, he has way better stack than I do. Okay, 19. That's good. Now I have time of one item. $19, so 49. $83. That's not bad damage. And 56. It is still around 19, and I should have the better stack. There we go. Well, he's beatable. Still, it's really strange that I win playing like that. I think it just really works for me that the LG is pretty much trash at the moment, because even Kilson is not using his LG against like any champion, not even against my Doomslayer. Dox was still using LG, and he was hitting it quite well. And yesterday I watched Claus's stream a bit, and he was using LG quite a bit. Let's go Blood Run. So LG, I think it's still usable. You just have to be really good with it. If you are not, then it's really hard and quite useless. I mean, it's against the bigger champions like Sorlag and Scalebearer and Clutch, it's usable even for me. But if you want to use it even against Doomslayer, and especially against Slash Sneaks and Anarchy, you're going to have a really hard time. But still, the best players can do it, so I think it's quite fair. If you're really good, then you can use LG even against the weakest champions. But if you're not so good, then you can use it at least against the bigger ones. I haven't played Quake 3 almost at all. Quake Live a month or two, just randomly. Not really much. So no, I haven't played those games almost like, well, Quake Live I know the basics, but that's it.
3, 2, 1. Round 1. Fight.
I failed totally. I wanted to go for the SSG and try to get a frag, but failed the double jump. He will get the mega because I don't have rocket. Have to split that fight. I knew that he will come there. I had a feeling that he might be there. And should have turned around. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Him knowing the spawns really well. I was just a bit too slow with my reaction. Because I had a feeling that he will turn around and come after me there. But I just didn't turn around myself fast enough. Nice. He could have even rocket jumped after me there. Well, that was a winnable fight. Oh, can't win these games if I keep missing rails like that. And now my huge problem is that I need to get this frag. And the frag would have been there. Well, there it was. And there it is. Oh. So bad. Rail and somehow SNG as well. I don't know how he avoided all my SNG. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that helped. Direct. Ah. Okay. Come on. Nice rail. That really decided the round there.
Prepare to fight.
I can't say that it saved him, but
3,
it made a huge difference.
1. Round 3. Fight.
He needed more slugs for his rail. Bad. I only had rocket there. I don't want to go in without the SSG that I just missed. No! I didn't kill him? How? Ah, you got the ghost walk.
Prepare to fight.
I wonder how much health he had there.
Round begins in
Because I was so sure that I would at least trade.
1. Fight.
That's why I went for the fight. Well, yeah, I don't know why I even tried it against kills. It will never work. Yeah, this is it. Sweet spawns, good game. That spawn, I don't even know if you can actually see the spawn from that location. So, well, that is the problem with this game mode when you have 3 frags, 3 lives basically per round. Normally spawn frags aren't such a huge deal, but in this game mode they are. What's time? I actually have to go. Yeah, he went as well. Yeah, that's it for me. Well, it's not Kilsen's fault that you can take spawn frags in the game. I mean, of course you should take them if you can. That's it. That's a problem with the game design. But it's not like the game was decided there. It was a bad round. Anyway, I didn't play well. Alright, well, at least I think it was better than last time against Kilsen, so... And this is what I meant when I said that the skill differences are quite small. And I'm happy that I can already at least somehow challenge the players who have played Quake Live next to forever. I still can't handle the rail though in this game. In Quake World, Instagib is so much easier. There I can hit the rails because, I don't know, just the aiming in Quake World is so different. You can use your movement to aid your aim, or movement is such a big part of your aim. Here you have to use your mouse a lot more. So it really doesn't suit me. But I can do better than I just did if I check my rail percentage. Well, 32, that's not horrible, but he had the bigger champions and I kept missing his Sorlag with my rails, and usually I can hit Sorlag quite well. So go figure. Not a good rail day for me. Yeah, that is a problem for me in general with Anarchy, the sliding movement when I try to stop, I sometimes Well, usually I don't fall off ledges, but sometimes it really is close and I kind of have to adjust my movement. Just this slippery movement. In Quake worlds, one might think that the movement is a bit slippery. There is this kind of momentum you get, so you can't stop instantly. But compared to, for example, well, with Anarchy, it's different. You can stop almost instantly, but there's just this sliding feeling because of his hovercraft or whatever it is, hoverboard, I guess. But then you have the Quake 3 characters, or characters with similar movement mechanisms to Quake 3 movement, and you just can't stop the movement. For example, after going through teleports, there in Blood Run, that's a really good example of that. Just bunnying through the teleport coming from LG, then bunny hopping all the way to the light armor and going through the teleport, for example, with Nyx. You're going almost like, I don't know, halfway towards the exit of the jump pad because before you can stop. In Quake World, you would just stop. So those things are quite difficult for me sometimes to remember. I have learned it the hard way already, I guess, but I don't know, then in some fighting situations it can really hurt me when I end up in places where I really didn't want to end up being in. But yeah, that's it. I really need to get going. I already played too long. Should have finished way earlier. But anyway, good games. Give some confidence. For example, this round I didn't lose the damage so much, but then this lies a bit because he was using the tankier Sorlag this round or this game, and it's easier to deal damage towards Sorlag than any other. But yeah, 6 frags. Not all that bad. Alright, good games. Nice to have a lot of viewers. It seems like people like Quake Champions more than Quake World. Unfortunately, I guess. But, well, one-on-one is at least fun. Thanks for watching and catch you later. Maybe tomorrow.